everyone, I'm Tasneem here with the movie review for this week. Films based on Regency-era novels have always been a beloved favorite amongst readers and fans of that genre. However, with the recent popularity of shows like Bridgerton, these types of films now reach a far wider audience. The latest novel-turned-film is Mr. Malcolm's List, a romantic drama that stars Freida Pinto in the lead and will hit theaters on July 1st. Alongside Pinto, the film features a host of talented stars in a cast that is inclusive and largely comprised of actors of color. This all sounds like a recipe for a great period piece, so let's take a look and see what Mr. Malcolm's List is all about.
My dearest Selina, will you come visit me in London? I promise you will be well entertained.
I need your assistance. There is a gentleman, Mr. Malcolm. He humiliated me. No.
The story revolves around Julia Thistlethwaite, played by the charming Zawe Ashton, and the season's most eligible bachelor, Mr. Malcolm, played by Sope Dirisu, who rejects Julia based on her not meeting the qualifications he has set for a bride in his list. Julia then enlists the help of her cousin as well as her best friend, Selena Dalton, played by Freida Pinto, to get revenge on Mr. Malcolm. The movie is directed by first-time filmmaker Emma Hawley-Jones, who had to work very hard to get this greenlit. From the get-go, the film gives off Bridgerton vibes, but interestingly, this movie predates the Netflix drama. Had this film completed and released first, the diverse cast and the storytelling would have been a new and refreshing take on period dramas. Nevertheless, Mr. Malcolm's List is funny, sweet, and similar to Jane Austen's novels, progressive in its thinking. We have women here who are independent, bright, and dynamic personalities who don't wait for a man's permission for anything. In many ways, they reflect our society and audience today, something that gives young girls a relatability factor. Jones is able to aptly show off these characters, all the while weaving a love story throughout that battles gender conventions and class. There are a few areas here where the film does drag and the pace slows down a bit. Running at nearly 2 hours, it could have been trimmed a bit tighter, but luckily it's able to bring viewers back with a story that engages and actors who can hold our attention. The cast is wonderful. All the actors play their roles perfectly and bring that Regency-era sophistication and class. A special mention must be made for the costumes, which are stunning. Mr. Malcolm's List may remind viewers of Bridgerton, but that's a good thing. It's a wholesome love story that tells a sweet little story. Showbiz India is giving this one a positive 3.5 stars. If you're a fan of shows of this genre or Jane Austen novels, then you'll certainly enjoy this film. Don't forget, Mr. Malcolm's List hits theaters on July 1st.